Apollo 11 was the first manned mission to land on the Moon on 20 July 1969. There have been 6 manned U.S. landings between 1969 and 1972. Neil Armstrong took the first human step on the Moon. After the astronauts went back to Earth, they brought samples and pictures from the Moon. That's when people started questioning about did they really went to the Moon or is it just another show which the government performed. We believe the Moon landing did took place. We are going to show you our points in both rational and empirical ways. As for the start, we would like to show you some of the popular conspiracy theories, and we have very good reasons to prove that they're all wrong. This picture is the most commonly used picture by conspiracy theorists. There are many conspiracy theories. Let's begin with the flag theory. As we all know, on Earth, wind blows. So as the result, the flags wave. As we all know, there's no air on the Moon. Isn't it supposed to be like this? Let's have a close look at this picture. The flag was waving. So people started questioning about what's going on. The answer is vibration. The flag is held up by a horizontal bar and simply moves when it is unfurled and as the pole is being fixed into position by the astronauts. The flagpole is light, flexible, aluminum, and continues to vibrate after the astronauts let go, giving the impression of blowing in the wind. The next theory is the star theory. Let's have a close look of the pictures of Apollo 11. Do you realize something strange? There's no single star. This is the night sky viewed from the Earth. And there are trillions of stars. So what happened? Please have a look at this picture. Do you see any stars? No, I guess not. Apollo landing takes place during lunar mornings, with sun shining brightly. The stars are not bright enough in this light to be captured in the photographs. And some theorists argue. What about Van Allen radiation belt? The astronauts could not have survived the trip because of the exposure to radiation from the Van Allen radiation belt. This claim is largely based on a claim from a Russian cosmonaut. The short time it takes to pass through the belt, combined with the protection from the spacecraft, means any exposure to the radiation would be very low. And they also argue, why did all moon landings take place during the presidency of Richard Nixon? There was no further expedition after Richard Nixon. The fact is that after the Apollo landings, the race had been won and the money dried up. The USSR had no interest in coming second. And politicians on both sides realized that lower orbit missions had much greater commercial and military potential. Enough with counter-arguing the conspiracies. We would like to back up our point by giving rational and empirical reasons. Let's begin with rational reasons. USSR did not dispute the moon landings. At that time, Cold War reached its peak, considering the Cuban Missile Crisis happened in 1962. So, would the USSR say nothing about it if US really faked this moon landing? I'd like to use a quote from Dr. Loguski. He said that the moon landing project involved 400,000 people, and it is impossible to make that many people to keep it secret if moon landing is fake. Furthermore, none of the conspiracy theorists are from NASA or even just connected to NASA. As we all know, there had been 6 US moon landings. If the government want to fake it, they would just fake it once due to the fact that more fake landings is equal to bigger chances of getting caught. And also, the rock samples which were brought back from the moon are universally acknowledged as being non-terrestrial. There are 382 kilograms of moon rocks brought back from the moon, and there isn't even just a single peer-reviewed article which contradicts. Let's see some empirical reasons. The photos from Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter show the flags are still casting shadows except the one planted during Apollo 11 mission, which is lost during the launch due to the exhaustion from the spacecraft. This picture clearly illustrates the railway tracks of Apollo 17, although there are many conspiracy theories, such as flag, star, Van Allen radiation belt theories. But there are always good explanations to those, just like what we had mentioned above. More importantly, we've listed rational and empirical reasons to back up our point. So after all, we believe the moon landing did happen.